How's it going, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite aviation channel, and today we are finally here with the October 2023 update for Chicago O'Hare International Airport Terminal 5. Quite a packed update today, got a lot of aircraft. Today's update is actually based at 2 p.m., so prime international rush period. A lot of cool stuff to go over. As you can see, we finally have Cathay Pacific back. They resumed service to Chicago earlier this month, so we'll talk more about that when we get there. But yeah, a lot of stuff to go over today, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so as we normally do, we're going to get this update started at the Delta side of the terminal, gates M2 through M11, whatever it is. So first aircraft here is the 717-200 from Delta, taxiing out for departure back to Detroit as flight 1019. We're going to move over here to gate M8, I believe it is. I have to get these gates down, I keep forgetting which ones they are. But Delta 757-200, we have I think 5 or 6 of these every day from Atlanta. So yeah, that's where it's going. Delta 757-200 here from Atlanta as flight 1038, headed back to Atlanta with that same flight number. And that is Citrus Aviation's airport. Go check out those updates for ATL on his channel. Fantastic replica he's got there. My friend actually got to fly, my roommate and friend, he got to fly Delta on the 757 down to and from Atlanta because he had an interview down there. So he got to fly, I believe it was 541 US 757 with winglets down to Atlanta, and I believe he flew 681 DA wingletless 757-200 back from Atlanta. So he did that last week, I believe. So it was pretty cool. He got to go down there for an internship interview. It was pretty cool. So yeah, 757 there. We got 2 New York flights at M10, or I think it's M10. I gotta get these done, like I said. A220-100 here for Delta. This came in from New York LaGuardia as flight 1734, headed back out to LaGuardia with that same flight number. And then next to that we have a CRJ-900. This is the JFK flight 3840. Just came in from JFK and it's flight 3745 back out to JFK. Next update, you'll hopefully see the Embraer 175. Those do fly to JFK from here, as well as I think the CRJs do that. I was in Chicago. I was at O'Hare like 2 weeks ago, and I saw the CRJ-9 going out to Detroit, but I think we do still have a CRJ-9 to JFK as well. But anyway, next update, you'll hopefully see the 175, the new release by geminijets, and that'll hopefully be doing a JFK flight or something. But you'll see that next update, hopefully, barring any delays. All right, M14. This is usually used by SkyTeam Airlines, from what I've seen. Korean Air uses this gate a lot. KLM Air France, so I've seen them using this gate quite a few times, and I guess that might be because the Sky Club is literally right here, Delta Sky Club. So all their SkyTeam partner airlines, they put their planes here so you can board directly from the lounge. It's pretty cool. But yeah, KLM 787-10, not a 9. I was gonna say 9, but it's a -10. Came from Amsterdam as flight 611. Just docked at the gate, getting offloaded and all that good stuff. Headed back out to Amsterdam in about 3 hours. Flight 612. Iberia A350-900, Iberia A350-900, I don't know, I said it in Spanish, but Iberia 350-900, again, not accurate, it's the 330, but somebody has to make that for me to buy it. I'm not going to get the old livery one. So hopefully we'll get an NG Iberia new livery soon. A330-300 could really use that for O'Hare. We did actually get the 350 one once a few weeks back, and they've also been sending us the 200, A330-200 as well, randomly. But whatever, Iberia 350 just came in from Madrid as flight 6275, just awaiting jetway to attach onto the aircraft, and in about an hour and a half it gets pushed back, taxied to Terminal 3, and then it departs back to Madrid, flight 6274. Pushing back, we have Swiss flight number 7 back to Zurich. That's a 2 p.m. departure. This flight, I have to double check. I believe it's ended for the season now because this is a seasonal flight, flight 67 on the 330. And then the other flight, 7 and 8, is the year-round service. It comes in later during the day, like 3 p.m., departs at like 7. Right now, that's the 777-300, but it might be a A330 later in the year. But yeah, flight 6 in from Zurich came in at like 12 p.m. Now it's departing back to Zurich as flight 7. Don't think you'll see this in an update until next year when the flight resumes. So it's just pushing back right now. All right, and then moving on, we got some more A330s. Aer Lingus right here at M17 just came from Dublin. It's flight 123, just attached onto the jetway, and it's got about 3 hours before its return flight to Dublin. It's flight 124. We have Air Belgium over here, which is not actually Air Belgium because Air Belgium actually suspended all operations recently. So Air Belgium, disguised as, British Airways, disguised as Air Belgium, just came in from London Heathrow as flight 295, and it's got about another 2 or 3 hours before it departs back to Heathrow as flight 294. The weird thing is right now Air Belgium isn't actually sending us the Neo anymore. Very weird. They stopped flying it here. They're flying the 330-200 now, which is pretty random, but as far as I'm aware, that's only going to go on for another 2 weeks, because you're watching this video on October 31st, and Air Belgium is supposed to hand the operation back to BA on the 15th of November. So might be the last time you see this. Probably not, because I'm probably going to put Air Belgium again. No, I won't. I'm not doing another afternoon update next month. You'll see probably a morning update next month. But yeah, Air Belgium is not going to be here, hopefully, after November 15th. It'll go back to British Airways on the 787 or the 777, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, right now they're flying the 200, A330-200, which is weird, but it's cool. I'm not too sure what happened with the Neo, why they switched it off, but they did, so whatever. Okay, here's something pretty cool. We got 3 American Dreamliners in a row. I've never showcased that many American 787s in a row in these updates, but decided to give an exception for this update because there are a bunch of seasonal flights to Europe that have ended this month, and I wanted to cover a couple of them. So this first one right here, American Flight 87. Sorry about that, I just wanted to change the angle a little bit, and also I had to double check which flights I was actually doing because I got kind of confused. But this American 787-9 came in from Heathrow as Flight 87. This is one of the 2 year-round flights that we have for American from Chicago to Heathrow. In the summertime, yeah, spring, summer, whatever it is, American has actually 4 daily flights to London Heathrow for most of the summer, and then on October 28th they reverted it back to 2 daily flights. So 2 flights to Heathrow run daily throughout the year, but in the summertime they'll add 2 extra flights because the demand gets so high. You're going to see one of the other flights in a few moments, but this is Flight 87. Like I said, this is one of the 2 year-round services. So this flight comes in around 1 p.m. and after about an hour and a half, they clean the airplane up, unload everybody, and then the plane gets taxied over empty to Terminal 3, departs wherever it has to go from there. So this one just finished off the servicing. It's now going to get pushed back and taxied over to Terminal 3 for its next flight, which is probably going to be back to Heathrow because we don't have many other options in Chicago. Next up, 787-8, also by NG Models. The 789 is also NG. This aircraft just came in from, where did this come from? Oh, Rome Fiumicino is Flight 111. This flight's actually 787-9, but I only have 2 789s. I don't have more than that, so had to put the 787-8 on this. This flight has ended for the season. This ended on October 28th. That was when American made their big, changeover from all the summer routes ending. There was just a big shift in American's, flights and everything on October 28th. So a lot of stuff that I reference about American and some other One World partners is going to involve October 28th, so just keep that date in mind. So all of the seasonal routes from Chicago ended on the 28th, this one from Rome being one of them, so you won't see this in any future updates until next summer when it resumes, or actually it's going to resume in spring, I think April. They're going to resume some of the seasonal flights pretty early next year, which is pretty cool. But this 788 came in from Rome. And next up is another 787-9. This is the geminijets version. This also came in from London. This is Flight 47 from Heathrow. This is the 2 p.m. 2:30 arrival. 87 is the 1 p.m. 47 the 2:30 arrival. So this just docked into the gate from Heathrow. It's just getting offloaded, serviced, all that good stuff. This flight has also ended for the season. It's a summer seasonal flight. I believe 87 and 91 are the 2 Heathrow-Chicago year-round flights. 47, and then there's one more. I forgot the flight number. They are seasonal, added on only in the summer months. So that's here from Heathrow, and that's they're just getting cleaned, all that good stuff. Next up, One World partner Qatar Airways 777-300ER in the retro livery, one of my favorite liveries ever. This just docked into the gate from Doha as Flight 725. The reason I'm putting this one is because Qatar Airways actually ended service to Philadelphia, thankfully not Chicago. They ended service to Philadelphia on the 28th, and the last flight into Philly was operated on this exact plane, the retro livery 777. So just thought that'd be a cool point to talk about. in this video. So Qatar doesn't fly to Philly anymore, but the flight to Doha has actually been switched over to American. So American is actually doing it on the 7879 from Philly to Doha. So they handed it over basically to American, which is kind of a shame because number one, it's a big downgrade in terms of product because Qatar is arguably a way better airline than American in pretty much every possible regard, and I'm saying that in the most unbiased way possible. So yeah, it's a shame, but hopefully soon Qatar will come back to Philadelphia, or even if they made like a seasonal deal, like they had Qatar do the summer months and then American pick it up for the winter or something like that. I don't know, but yeah, Qatar Airways 9 years in Philadelphia ended unfortunately a few days ago on their last flight on the 28th of October. So yeah, American Airlines is going to be doing it daily now until further notice, basically. So that's flight 725 from Doha. This one is representing. It's flight 726 in about 5-6 hours. Next up here, All Nippon Airways 777-300ER just came into the gate from Tokyo Narita's flight 12, and it's got about 90 minutes here getting serviced before it gets pushed back, and it'll taxi over to Terminal 1 for its departure back to, or no, it's going to depart to Haneda as flight, I think that's 111, the 5 p.m. departure. Okay, sorry about that. Next up, Scandinavian. Oh boy, Scandinavian. You guys are not going to be in Star Alliance anymore. You can see the Star Alliance logo on it. Not going to be there for much longer. SAS A330-300. This is flight 945 from Stockholm, and this was a 12:30 arrival, and then it departs back to Stockholm as flight 946 at 4 p.m. So yeah, that's just getting serviced right now. Yeah, Scandinavian, if you didn't see my recent video, or if you didn't hear the news, Scandinavian is leaving Star Alliance, which, number one, is surprising because they were a founding member of Star Alliance back in whatever year it was, 1990-something, 97, I believe. So they're leaving Star Alliance mainly because KLM, Air France KLM Group actually bought, I think, 10%, 12% stake in them. So that was, I think, the main reason why they're leaving. So hopefully it's better for them because they've been going through a bunch of financial issues and all that stuff lately. So, you know, hopefully the Star Alliance removal and them going to SkyTeam is going to be better for them. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. But I don't know if that's going to affect their operations in Chicago because Chicago is a One World and Star Alliance hub, because One World for American, Star Alliance for United. So I'm not too sure what's going to happen with the Chicago flight. Hopefully it doesn't get affected, but either way, SAS is leaving Star Alliance. All right, biggest feature of this update, Cathay Pacific is finally back. Hopefully it's a good enough shot so you can get it. Hold on. I think that's good enough. Cathay Pacific A350-1000 came into what gate is this? M29, I think. Yeah, or M30. No, M29. Yeah, just came in from Hong Kong as flight 806. Right? 806. 806? Yeah, I think. 806 from Hong Kong. It'll be flight 807 back to Hong Kong in about 3 hours. This flight comes in around 2:25 and then departs back to Hong Kong at 4:15, 4:45. So actually a 2-hour layover, something like that in Chicago. So Cathay Pacific resumed flights to Chicago on October 3rd after the 2023, and they ended service. They suspended in 2020 because of the pandemic. So this is their first time back in Chicago after about, almost 3 years since the pandemic. During the pandemic, though, they did make a bunch of cargo runs into Chicago, so the 350-900, 350-1000, 777, they'd come in very occasionally into Chicago. But they are finally back on passenger service, running 3 times a week, I think Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, to and from Hong Kong. Very, very exciting. I'm very happy to have Cathay back. Not sure why the 777 wasn't brought back. It was the 350 instead of the 777. I'm not too sure what the reason was, but either way, Cathay Pacific is back, and I haven't seen them yet. I hope to spot them soon in Chicago, sometime soon, especially this coming winter. In the winter months, the lighting is beautiful at O'Hare, so hopefully I'll get to spot them then. Interestingly enough, they will be down-gauging the route to the A350-900, I believe, in April. So for now it's the 1000, but from April onwards they're going to switch it to the 900, which is weird, but that's how it's going to be, I guess. So, yeah, but Cathay Pacific is back, and I'm very happy that they are back. And that's a new model, by the way, of course. Why? You probably guessed that, but I just thought it'd be worth mentioning. Next up at M30, we have the United 787-10. And which one is this? This came in from Munich. That's what it is. Munich, Germany is flight 952, just getting offloaded and stuff here. At M32, we have the United 787-9. Yeah, why am I putting this one in? Well, actually, this was a last-minute upgauge on the Paris flight a few weeks ago. This is flight 986 from Paris Charles de Gaulle. Just pulled into the gate. So this flight's normally a 787-8, but I was looking randomly and I saw that the Paris flight was on a 789 one day, which is very cool because we don't get the 789 anymore in Chicago. We used to get it, you know, to basically everywhere: Brussels, Munich, Sao Paulo, New Delhi, Paris, all that good stuff. But we don't get it anymore because all of those flights have either been upgauged to 787-10s or they're suspended. Like New Delhi is suspended, it doesn't operate right now. So very rare to see United 787-9 in Chicago these days. So it was pretty cool to be able to include this in the update. So that's here from Paris. Charles de Gaulle just came into the gate. And the next up is Aeromexico 737 MAX 8, arriving into M34. No, wait. M32. This is M33. The numbers always confuse me because they always be skipping numbers too. There's no M30. The M34 is this one, but there's no M31. I don't know how they number these, but Aeromexico 686 from Mexico City just arriving into M33 there from Mexico City, like I just said. Sorry. And then at M34 Lufthansa 747. The lighting is way better. 1 second. Okay, gate M34 Lufthansa 7. Okay, gate M34, we have the Lufthansa 747-8. Just finished offloading and is now getting pushed back. It will be taxiing empty over to Terminal 1 for its flight back to Frankfurt at 4:15 or something like that. That's flight 431. This came in as flight 430. Reason I put this one specifically here is because when I was flying out to New York back in, or last month, September, we were at this gate, M35, and this exact plane, DABYC, was parked right here at M34. So pretty cool to be able to replicate that. I mentioned this in the previous update too, but wasn't able to showcase the exact plane. So really cool, that one. So that came in as flight 430 from Frankfurt, but it will soon be 431 back to Frankfurt. Okay, right here at M35 we have Southwest 737-800. This is coming in from Las Vegas, or no, we'll say Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix is flight 1168. We flight 4168 out to Tampa in about an hour or so. And here's a 737-700 at M36 in the Canyon Blue livery. This aircraft, do I even have it on here? I have two Southwest flight. Oh no, I don't. Sorry. This one is coming in from Denver. It's flight 4780, and will be operating flight 2780 out to Nashville in about an hour as well. Only 6 of these left in the Canyon Blue as far as I'm aware, and all the ones with split seminar winglets have been repainted. So this particular plane does not have Canyon Blue. It's now in that Heart livery. So not much time left for the Canyon Blue. I saw my last ever Canyon Blue. I'm pretty sure it was my last ever when we were arriving back into Chicago on Southwest last month. You'll see that in the upcoming trip report coming out next week or something from Baltimore to Chicago. But yeah, unexpectedly I got to see a Canyon Blue 737-700 taxiing out for departure 786 SW. That one, I think the remaining 6 Canyon Blues, they're either going to get, no, they're definitely getting retired. There's no way they're getting repainted because I believe they're all like old 20-year-old planes. So Southwest is probably just going to retire them altogether. So yeah, only 6 of them left, which is really unfortunate because, you know, they got them repainted fairly quickly. Or that's probably not true. It's been like, what, 9 years? It's just a new livery got released, but still, I'm happy to see some Canyon Blues holding on. Not for much longer, though. All right, next up at M39 is the American 787-8. This just came in from Barcelona as flight 41. That's a seasonal route. This route ended on October 28th, so you won't see this until next summer when it resumes. So Barcelona, Spain, flight 41. Just getting offloaded, and again, you know the drill. It's going to get pushed back and sent to Terminal 3. It's going to depart for wherever next it's going to go. Last aircraft at the terminal is the 737 MAX 8 for Southwest. This aircraft came in from Las Vegas, flight 3745, I think, and it's going to go out to Austin as flight 2063. Fantastic. All right. So that was the terminal. We got some aircraft back here. I'm going to change the angle one more time, and we will get that taxiway done and then be done with the update. Overall, nice. Alright, so starting us off with the conga line here for runway 22 left and 28 right. This is actually kind of unrealistic. I'm going to say this right now. I've done this many times in previous updates, but you'll probably never see a line this long for one runway. A lot of times, Tower will send the aircraft to intersections. They won't go full length. Like, these are all full length departures off of 28 right, which is not entirely accurate for most of them. But some of them will go for 22 left, which is like over here somewhere. But a lot of them, like let's say this A320, is probably going to get an intersection departure for 28 right, which will be probably more that over there. So, but I just put this in for the fun of it. I like displaying all these planes because most of them will, like these Uniteds, you're not going to see, well, this one probably, but this one, American 145, these regional jets, you won't get to see at Terminal 5 anyway. So this is the only way I get to add a bit more of the other part of O'Hare into these updates. So hopefully you understand. So first off here with this 737-900 for United, this is going off to Charlotte as flight 2294. Second new model of the update, 757-300 in the old livery for United. Was able to get this off of Fly Ohio Aviation on Instagram. Great guy, go check him out. His Instagram page at least. He was selling a couple models, and I've been wanting this particular aircraft for quite some time, even though it's been on the market for about 9 years now. It's quite rare, so I was really happy to get this for a pretty good price. And yeah, haven't been on the United 753 yet, but that is an aircraft I would love to fly soon because they fly these so often from O'Hare. Denver, SFO, LA, Houston sometimes, and very rarely Newark or Washington Dulles, and also Orlando all the time as well. So yeah, this 757-300 is going off to LAX as flight 1960. Pleasure to finally have that. I have the new livery one, as you've probably seen, but the old livery one, it was nice to have that one also. Next up, Delta 737-900ER going off to Seattle. Is that right? No, Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City, Utah is flight 1666, which is currently on a 737-800, so I might have to get that at some point, but I've got the 900, so it doesn't really matter. Next up, 777-200 non-ER for United. This is going off to, this one is going, which way? Oh, this is Denver, it's flight 1385, 777-200. So when I was in O'Hare a few weeks ago doing some plane spotting, I was able to see a bunch of United domestic wide bodies. This 777 going to Denver. I saw a 7810 going to LA, and I think I saw another 777 going to Denver as well. I don't know. I saw a bunch of cool stuff. A320 behind that. This aircraft is headed off to Columbus, Ohio, 1865. American Embraer 145 operated by Piedmont. Not too many 145 routes out of O'Hare, obviously. They're mostly either CRJ-200s now, Air Wisconsin, or Envoy 170s and 175s. But this Piedmont 145 is going out to Albany. It's flight 5701, Albany, New York. United CRJ-200 going to Saginaw, Michigan. It's flight 4767. A319 going to St. Louis, flight 1703. We have a 737-700 going to Buffalo, New York. It's flight 1092. And then this Embraer 175 going to Ottawa. Is it Ottawa City or Ottawa? No, it's Ottawa. I'm stupid. Sorry. Ottawa, Canada, the capital of Canada, is flight 3536. I don't know why I said Ottawa City. I was thinking about Quebec City. But yeah, that 175 is going to Ottawa. So that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to this O'Hare update for Terminal 5. Future videos, my Southwest 737-800 trip report from Albany to Baltimore will be coming out hopefully this Thursday, from when you're watching this on Tuesday. So it should be out soon. And then the other review from Baltimore to Chicago will come out next week. And then I have two, like I mentioned, I was in Chicago a few weeks ago. I actually had to fly up there for a meeting. It was actually the cheapest option. It's a long story, but those videos will be coming out soon. I was able to fly from Champaign to Chicago and back, 170 first class up to O'Hare, and then CRJ-200 economy back to Champaign. So those videos will be coming out over the coming weeks. Stay tuned. I'm very excited to release those because It was a big deal to fly first class in a 170, or first class overall from Champaign, because we've never had anything other than economy for the better part of over 20 years now when it comes to regular passenger service. So that was a big moment for me. So that video will be coming out hopefully not next week, but the week after. I will try for next week, but no promises. But yeah, thank you all so much for 27,000 subscribers. We're very, very close to 30K. If we can hit 30K by the end of the year, that would be fantastic. I'll do my best to keep making these videos as consistently as I can. I'm over halfway done with my first semester of junior year. I've got about 6 weeks left. Crazy to think about. But yeah, we are rolling. And thank you all so much for sticking with me. We'll finish off with Cathay Pacific, I guess. So yeah, a bunch of videos coming up, trip reports, plane spotting. I'll do my best for some other airport updates if I have the time to set those up. And then aviation news videos as well. I'll do my best to get those out also. Next month's update for November, I'm going to do my best to get a morning update this time. So you'll see like Ethiopian, Air India, Japan Airlines, all that good stuff. Hopefully the next update will be that one. And it should be out by November 28th. So by the end of November, like this one. So yeah, that's just what we got going. And I forgot to mention some cool plane spotting from Champaign coming out soon. Delta 757s, World Atlantic MD-83. I was able to go airside for that yesterday, or yesterday from when I'm filming this. So those videos you can also expect. A lot of great stuff. Thank you all again for your support. Now, like I said, I'm just going to continue doing what I can, juggling my extracurriculars, my studies, and then YouTube as well. But thank you all once again for your comments and all the support. I appreciate it. But until next time, take care, everybody. I will go now. I'll let you all go. Have a nice day, or have a good night, whatever it is, whatever part of the world you're from. But yeah, take care, everybody. See you, and goodbye.